Hi everyone. Going to be teaching a lesson on something called angle pairs, and specifically the concept of vertical angles, complementary angles, and supplementary angles. So vertical angles, as you can see from the diagram, are angles whose sides are opposite rays. So for example, in this diagram, angles 1 and 3 are vertical angles, and angles 2 and 4 are vertical angles. So we can say that angle 1 is congruent to angle 3, and angle 2 is congruent to angle 4. Complementary angles are angles who have a sum of 90 degrees. So in the diagram here, angle A, B, D plus the measure of angle D, B, C is equal to 90 degrees. Finally, supplementary angles are two angles who have a sum of 180 degrees. So in this diagram, angle FHG plus the measure of angle FHE is equal to 180 degrees. So you can use this concept of vertical angles and the concept of complementary and supplementary angles to solve algebraic problems related to angle pairs. So let's see some examples of this. So first we're going to actually name some angles. So naming an angle vertical to FGE. So first you're going to locate FGE, and we can see that is right here. So I'm going to highlight that. So you can see angle FGE here. And we want to identify the angle vertical to FGE. So again, we're talking about angles whose sides are opposite rays. So if you kind of trace with your pencil, pen, across from ray GF and ray GE, if you just kind of trace across like I'm doing here, you'll see that the angle vertical to FGE is BGC. Next question, part B says, find the measure of BGE. So first, let's locate where BGE is. I'm going to erase this. Well, we start at B, go to G, and then finally we end at E. And we can actually see that this is kind of a trick question because it is a straight line, and we know a straight line is 180 degrees. The next example, we are asked to find the measure of AGF. So again, let's locate AGF. I'm going to highlight it. And we notice it's this piece right here. So how do we find this measure? Well, we see here that angle AGB right here has this little box indicating that it's a 90-degree angle. So if this angle is 90 degrees, that would make this part also have to be 90 degrees. So angle AGE would be 90 degrees. Because of the concept of supplementary angles, right? We see this is a line. We've established that from the previous question. So we know that the sum of AGB and AGE has to be 180 degrees. If this angle is 90, therefore this other angle, AGE, also has to be 90. So now we can see that we have two complementary angles. We have this angle FGE, and we know the measure is 35, and this angle FGE, AGF, I'll use the way it's written here. And that's what we're looking for. So if we know the total is 90 and we know the piece is 35, we simply can do 90 minus 35, which is 55 degrees. So the measure of AGF is 55 degrees. Okay, let's look at some more problems where we actually have to do a little bit of algebra to solve. So the next example, we see a right angle. And I know that because I see the box, right? That's indicating this is 90 degrees. And let me write that in. So we know that this angle, right here, this piece, labeled as 5x minus 9, plus the measure of this piece, 6x, has to equal 90. So I can set up an equation. So the sum of the one piece, 5x minus 9, plus the other piece, 6x, equals 90 degrees. Now you solve it just as you would any algebra problem. Combine your like terms. 5x and 6x adds to 11x. I bring down this minus 9. And now we're going to use inverse operations to find the measure of x. So I'm going to add 9 to both sides. Bring down this 11x. Negative 9 plus 9 is 0. 90 plus 9 is 99. And finally, divide by 11. If x is equal to 9. So that would be how you use the concept of complementary angles to solve a problem. And in the next example, we're going to use the concept of supplementary angles to solve an algebraic problem. So in this example, we're given that LMN and NMK are supplementary angles. If LMN is equal to 4x plus 7 and NMK is equal to 2x minus 1, what are the measures of each angle? So again, I know supplementary means equal to 180. So I can set up an equation. I know that one piece is 4x plus 7, and the other is 2x minus 1. And I know that the sum is 180 degrees. So I have my equation. Now I just have to do some algebra to solve. So I combine like terms. In this case, there are two sets of like terms. 4x plus 2x, which is 6x. And 7 and negative 1, which combines to 6, positive 6. 7 minus 1 is 6. I'm going to continue to solve using inverse operation. So I'm going to subtract 6 to both sides to isolate my variable term. Bring down 6x. 180 minus 6 is 174. And finally, I'm going to divide by 6. And x would be equal to 59. I'm sorry, made a mistake. 29. I don't know why I said 15. But I'm not finished with this problem because the problem wants to know the measure of each angle, not the value of x. So I have to substitute x for into one of the equations for the angle. So it doesn't matter which one, you can pick either or. And I'm going to choose the first one, LMN. So I know that LMN is equal to 4, and I'm replacing x with 29, so I'm going to substitute it here. So 4 times 29 plus 7. So 4 times 29 is 36, is 116. And 116 plus 7 is 123. So I know that angle LMN is 123 degrees. But I also need to know the value of NMK. So if you want, you can substitute in for x again and solve that way. Or you can think of back to the concept of supplementary angles. Supplementary angles add up to 180 degrees. So I could simply just say 180 minus 123 to find the value of NMK. So 10 this would be 7, this would be 5. So 57 degrees. So angle NMK is 57 degrees. Okay, let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions, and I will be sure to answer them as soon as I can. Thank you, and let me know if this helps.